A greedy man. There was a strong, gentle, hard-working, and poor man. He was a servant for a greedy, rich landlord. "If you work hard, one day I will let you marry my daughter." The servant that he could marry his daughter if he worked hard. The servant was very happy, and he worked as hard as a buffalo for the landlord. Three years later, thanks to the poor servant, the landlord became richer and richer. "If you find a piece of bamboo with 100 knots, I will let you marry my daughter." But he didn't keep his promise. Instead, he allowed a wealthy old man to marry his daughter secretly. One day, the landlord tricked the servant. He said to the servant that if he found a piece of bamboo with 100 knots in it, he would let him marry his daughter. The servant was very happy, so he took a knife and went to the forest. While the servant was going up and down the hill to seek a 100-knotted piece of bamboo, the landlord and the wealthy man were preparing for a wedding at home. The poor man couldn't find a 100-knotted piece of bamboo. He was very sad and started to cry. Suddenly, Buddha appeared. After listening to the poor servant's story, Buddha smiled and told him to cut 100 knots separately, and he would arrange a spell to stick together. Why do you cry? Then Buddha disappeared. Buddha's words had worked, and the servant now had a 100-knotted piece of bamboo. The poor servant was very happy. He wanted to bring the bamboo, but he couldn't because it was very long. Stick together. At that time, Buddha appeared again and told the man to say, "Unstick, unstick." And then, with his words, the bamboo was taken apart, which made it easy to bring back. When the poor servant came home, he saw that two families were holding a wedding. He then realized that he had been deceived. He was very angry, but he arranged quietly 100 knots in the yard and said, "Stick together, stick together." A 100-knotted piece of bamboo appeared. The landlord and the wealthy man came over to see. "Stick together, stick together." Then read his spell again. This time it made the two bad men and the bamboo stick together. The two bad men were very worried and apologized many times. Finally, the landlord was so scared that he let the servant marry his daughter. At that time, he said, "Unstick, unstick." The two bad men were separated, and the bamboo was taken apart. Although the landlord was very angry, he let the poor man marry his daughter anyway. After the wedding, they lived happily ever after.